How are you, folks? Dave Brown here with the New Populist. Thank you again for joining me. Now, we have this issue with the LA Dodgers. They have their annual Pride Night, 10 years running. And they had invited this group called let me get their exact name, the Nuns of Perpetual Indulgence, or the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. And this is a LGBTQ plus drag queen group, and they were invited to go to this Pride event for LA Dodgers, and there was some complaints from conservatives, and the Dodgers ended up disinviting them. But then there was some more pushback from this group in the LGBTQ plus community, and then they were reinvited. Now, my problem, and this is the issue I have with the gay community right now, is they are not drawing a line between supporting someone's right to be gay or be part of that community and separating that from overtly things that are sexual or offensive that don't necessarily belong in a family friendly environment. And this group, there's two issues here. As pointed out, they're nuns, right? So they're, in my opinion, making a mockery of Christianity. And I think if you're a Christian, you have the right to be offended by this. You can be gay, you can do your drag, but you're using obviously Christian symbology to uh, as part of your group, and that is, in my opinion, offensive. Now, one thing you always notice about these groups that like to mock religion is that they always stop with Islam. There's no Muslim clerics in this group running around. They know where to draw the line. They know they can offend Christians, and Christians will stomp their feet and write letters, but they won't do that to the Muslims because they might just get their head removed from their shoulders. So they know where to draw the line. And you know what? Obviously, I don't support anybody using violence, but part of me respects the Muslims for having pride in their beliefs and really standing up for them, even in extreme ways. So good for you guys. People don't mess with you, and they shouldn't. Yeah, I don't mock anybody's religion, even if I disagree with it. I'll let you do your thing, and that's fine. I'll do my thing, but I'm not going to mock you and make fun of you. And I just don't think that's necessary. Now, the other problem with this group, besides the fact they're using these Christian symbols and making a mockery of it, is that they are overtly sexual. And why do I say that? Well, their names, for example, the president of this group is called Rosie Palmer. Now, you can go and Google that and put that into Urban Dictionary, and that is a reference to a sexual act. And a lot of these drag queens, they have very sexual names. For example, you have a sister who passed on. Her name was Father Fellatio, not exactly a child-friendly name. And you go to their website, thesisters.org, and you look at their all the sisters there. A lot of these names, as is very common with drag, have these sexual innuendos. And my problem again is ignoring the symbology of using Christian symbols, is that this is supposed to be a baseball game where people are bringing their family. So is the LA Dodgers going to introduce this group on the PA system and get, hey, we have Sister Rosie Palmer here, and we have Father Fellatio, and what's one here, Sister Taint a Virgin. All these names that are again not appropriate for a family friendly event or atmosphere at a baseball game. And that's again the problem I have with some of the gay community, is that they cross that line between supporting their lifestyles and making it sexual in a way that's inappropriate for small children. And we saw recently in Florida, they passed a law banning drag shows in front of children. They said that is adult entertainment, and it is. And drag shows have existed for a very long time. A lot of gay clubs will have their drag shows, and adults will go to the gay clubs to watch the drag shows. Great, no problem, don't care. Do I go? Nah, not my thing. But for some reason, they said, some people in that community, you know what? Let's not do it at the club. Let's do it for the kids. Let's bring the kids down here so I can do my drag performance. And that's where people on the right, people like myself, said, okay, now you're crossing a line. But apparently to say that is bigoted against gay people. I'm going, what are you talking about? I don't take my children to cabaret shows, or strip clubs or anywhere where the act has sexual overtones. And that's why these people's names, for example, here on this, for these sisters, they have names that have sexual overtones to them. They're two meanings, double entendres, because sexuality is part of the group and what they're doing. And again, not just sexuality, but sex acts. And that's the problem, is when you say you cross that line from promoting your lifestyle or your ability to lead a certain lifestyle with, well, here's my lifestyle. Here's all the kinky things we do in my lifestyle. Let me go ahead and give myself a name that refers to these sexual acts. And then I want to come and interact with your children. Well, maybe not. Maybe that shouldn't happen. So, my message to the gay community: be gay. No one cares. Is there some Christians out there who are pretty hardcore and say you're going to burn in hell? Yeah. Okay, there's people like that out there. I don't particularly, go for that myself. But if you're living your life, no one's going to bother you for the most part. But if you insist upon bringing your lifestyle and the things you do sexually in front of children, people are going to get pissed off, and they have a right to be. Do your thing. What grown man says, you know what? My life is not going to be complete unless I can put on this mini skirt, this high heels, a wig on, and go dance for some children. Why is that a necessity in your life? It's really, really odd to me. And it makes people think, they use that term groomer, because we can't come up with any reason for why you would want to do that. People, kids in general, I have my family members, but besides them, I don't want to be around kids. They cry, they make noise, they're a pain in the butt. Why would you want to be around them? Oh, but now I want to put a dress on and dance for them? Yeah, something's wrong there. And people should call that out for being disgusting and inappropriate. And in certain states, like Tennessee, illegal, which I have no problem with. So, gay community, promote your right to freedom. That's fine. But stop bringing the sexuality out into the public in a way that's inappropriate, not just for gay people, but for straight people. If you're into bondage, you don't need to show up in front of kids in your bondage gear. That's what you do in your privacy of your own home. Go nuts. Do it in the club. Go nuts. Baseball game? No. Should Rosie Palmer be at the baseball game for the kids? No. Inappropriate. But apparently the LA Dodgers backed down and re-invited them. And what's clear to me is that a lot of these organizations, they fear the LGBTQ plus community way more than they fear Christian conservatives or just conservatives in general. And there's a reason for that, because we're not, ironically enough, the fanatics here. It's not the Christian conservatives who are the fanatics. It is the LGBTQ who will show up at your house and bang on the doors and go crazy. And so these organizations are responding to them because they are the radicals and not us. But if they keep pushing this, I think, people are it's going to grate on them. This happens over and over again. And they might get to that point where those people on the fence who are like, I really, don't really care either way, they may start to take notice. At least I hope, because as I said in other videos, my biggest red line is is the kids. We can debate other things, okay, but when it comes to children, their innocence and their ability to grow up without adults exposing them to sexual stuff and confusing them about their gender and wanting to put on dresses to dance for them. They don't need that. And our responsibility as adults, our ultimate responsibility, is to care for children and give them a safer environment away from that kind of stuff. And for me, again, that's a red line, and I will not back off that. Anything else we can talk about, we can discuss, but that issue, no discussion. It's sick. It shouldn't happen. And it's our responsibility as adults to protect these children from this behavior. So speak up. Don't be scared. We have to speak up. This is again the thing we can't shy away from. And make sure your voice is heard. And maybe at some point these groups will back down, or corporate America or all these organizations will realize, okay, we need to stop supporting this garbage because it's pissing a lot of people off. So stand up. This is the absolute red line. Well, that's it for now. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.